Hello and welcome. Does this scene feel at all familiar? That morning ritual. The little click of a child-proof cap, the shake of a bottle, the glass of water. For so many of us, as we navigate our 50s, our 60s, and beyond, this little cabinet can start to feel like the command center of our health. There's a pill for blood pressure, a pill for cholesterol, a pill for that ache in the knee, or to help us sleep a little sounder. And please, hear me clearly. Modern medicine is a miracle. These medications have extended lives and improved the quality of life for millions, and we should be deeply grateful for them. They are an essential part of the picture. But what if they aren't the whole times picture? What if we've been led to believe that the primary path to health in our later years is a passive one? We wait for a number to be too high, for an ache to become a pain, and then we seek a prescription to manage the symptom. We become patients, diligently following instructions. But what if the most powerful, most transformative medication for a long, vibrant life isn't found in a pharmacy at all? What if it's something you already own? Something you can access this very moment for free. Today we're going to talk about the true secret to boosting your mood, reclaiming your energy, and building a resilient body and mind for the decades to come. We're going to talk about something I call purposeful movement. And I promise you, it's simpler and far more powerful than you ever thought possible. For so many of us, the word exercise can feel, well, a little daunting. It brings to mind images of sweaty gyms, complicated machines, and grueling workouts that our bodies just aren't built for anymore. It feels like a chore, another thing to tick off a long to-do list. And that's precisely why we're not going to talk about exercise today. We're throwing that word out the window. Instead, we are embracing a far more gentle, integrated, and profound idea: purposeful movement. So, what is the difference? Exercise is something you do. It's a scheduled event, often separate from the rest of your life. Purposeful movement is about how times you live. It's about infusing every small action with intention. It's about rediscovering the joy of what your body was designed to do. Think about it this way. You can walk up a flight of stairs simply to get to the next floor, your mind elsewhere. Or you can walk up those same stairs with purpose. You can feel your feet pressing into each step. You can notice your leg muscles, your quadriceps and glutes engaging to lift you. You can focus on your posture, keeping your back straight and your core engaged. The action is the same, but the intention changes everything. Purposeful movement is choosing to park a little further from the grocery store entrance, not as an inconvenience, but as an opportunity to get a few extra, mindful steps in. It's the act of gardening, where you're not just planting flowers, you are intentionally bending, stretching, and strengthening your body with every weed you pull and every hole you dig. It's putting on your favorite music from 20 or 30 years ago and allowing yourself to sway, to move, to dance in your own living room for a few minutes, not as a performance, but as an act of pure, unadulterated joy that also happens to get your heart rate up and lubricate your joints. This is the fundamental shift. We stop seeing movement as a punishment for what we ate and start seeing it as a celebration of what our bodies can still do. And this isn't just feel-good philosophy. This is backed by an incredible body of science. When you begin to incorporate these simple, purposeful movements throughout your day, you are literally turning on your body's own internal pharmacy, its own power plant, and its own brain-building factory. Let's break down exactly what's happening inside you when you choose to move with purpose. First, let's talk about your mood. We often think of mood as being entirely in our heads, but it's profoundly connected to our bodies. When you move, even gently, your brain releases a powerful cocktail of chemicals. You've probably heard of endorphins. They're a natural pain reliever. But movement also boosts serotonin, which regulates mood, sleep, and appetite. It increases dopamine, which is crucial for motivation and focus. Think of these as your body's own natural antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications. A brisk, purposeful 15-minute walk can have a more immediate and lasting positive effect on your state of mind than sitting and worrying for those same 15 minutes. It's not magic, it's chemistry. You are giving your brain the raw materials it needs to build a better mood, one intentional step at a time. Next, let's tackle energy. This is the great paradox that so many of us face. We feel too tired to move. But the reality is, we are tired because we don't move. Sedentary lifestyles create a downward spiral of fatigue, Purposeful movement reverses that spiral. Here's how. Inside almost every cell in your body are tiny little engines called mitochondria. They take the food you eat and the air you breathe and convert it into energy. When you are mostly sedentary, your body is very efficient. It says, "We don't need many of these engines," so it lets them decline in number and function. This is why you feel tired. You literally have an energy shortage at the cellular level. But the moment you start moving with purpose, you send a powerful signal to your body. You're saying, "I need more energy." In response, your body doesn't just make your existing mitochondria more efficient, it actually creates more times of them. It's a process called mitochondrial biogenesis. It's the most fundamental way to build real, lasting energy from the inside out. That 10-minute walk isn't just burning calories, it's building more power plants for your future. Now for the big one. Something I know is on all of our minds. Our brain health. Our cognitive sharpness. Our memory. Our ability to stay engaged and independent. We're told to do crossword puzzles and learn new languages, and those are wonderful. But purposeful movement might just be the most powerful tool we have for protecting our brains. When you move your body, your brain produces a remarkable protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. The best way to think of BDNF is like Miracle Grow for your brain. It helps your brain grow new neurons, protect the ones you already have, and strengthen the connections between them. This is the very essence of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire and reorganize itself. Higher levels of BDNF are directly linked to better memory, improved learning, and a lower risk of cognitive decline. Every time you take a purposeful walk, every time you get up and stretch, every time you choose movement, you are fertilizing your own brain. You are actively building a more resilient, more capable mind for the years ahead. Finally, let's talk about our joints. There is a persistent myth that as we get older, we need to save our joints by not using them too much. That could not be further from the truth. Our joints times crave times movement. The saying in physical therapy is, motion is lotion. Your joints are lubricated by something called synovial fluid. This fluid is packed with nutrients that nourish the cartilage at the ends of your bones. But this fluid doesn't have its own pump. The only way it gets circulated throughout the joint capsule, delivering those nutrients and clearing out waste products, is through movement. When you sit for long periods, that fluid becomes stagnant. The cartilage isn't getting what it needs. Gentle, purposeful movement, like leg swings, ankle circles, or a slow, mindful walk, is precisely what acts as the pump. It bathes your joints in that nourishing lotion, keeping them healthier for longer. You aren't wearing your joints out. You are healing them with every intentional movement. So the science is clear. This isn't just wishful thinking. Purposeful movement profoundly impacts your mood, your energy, your brain, and your joints. The question now is, how do we make this a reality in our own lives? Not as another overwhelming task, but as a gentle, sustainable practice. I want to offer you a simple, memorable action plan. It starts with a single mindset shift. From this moment on, I want you to start looking at your day not as a series of obstacles, but as a series of opportunities. The flight of stairs is an opportunity. The walk to the mailbox is an opportunity. The commercial break during your favorite TV show is an opportunity. Waiting for the kettle to boil is an opportunity. See these moments not as dead time, but as invitations from your body to move. Once you've made that mental shift, let's make it practical. I call it the rule of 3. It's easy to remember and easy to do. 1, 2, 3. First, move every hour. This is the most important rule of all. The dangers of prolonged sitting are well documented. It's crucial to break that cycle. You don't need to do anything strenuous. Set a timer on your phone, your watch, or even an old kitchen timer. When it goes off, simply stand up. If that's all you do, that's a victory. And maybe you can reach your arms up to the ceiling, as high as you can. Roll your shoulders back and down. Walk a lap around your living room. Do a few gentle knee bends while holding on to a sturdy chair. The goal is simply to interrupt the sitting. That's it. 1 minute of movement every hour. Second, add one purposeful walk. Just one. I'm not asking for an hour-long power walk. I'm asking for 10 to 15 minutes. But during this walk, you will be present. You will be purposeful. Before you start, stand tall. Imagine a string pulling the crown of your head up to the sky. Pull your shoulders back. Engage your stomach muscles. Just a little bit. As you walk, focus on your stride. Land on your heel and roll through your foot to push off with your toe. Swing your arms naturally. Breathe deeply and rhythmically. Notice the air. Notice the sights and sounds around you. This isn't just a walk. It's a moving meditation. It's a 15-minute appointment with your own health and well-being. And third, incorporate one playful activity each day. This is about connecting movement with joy. The best movement practice is one you actually love to do. What did you love to do when you were younger? What brings a smile to your face? Maybe it's putting on some music and dancing for the length of 2 songs. Maybe it's spending 10 minutes in the garden. Perhaps it's gentle stretching on the floor while you watch the news. Or even joining a water aerobics class. It doesn't have to be intense. It just has to be something that feels less like a chore and more like play. This is what makes the habit stick. It becomes a treat, not a task. Now, I can hear what some of you might be thinking. That sounds lovely, but my knees ache. Or, I'm just too tired to even think about starting. Or, I honestly don't have the time. These are real, valid concerns, and I want to address them head on, with respect. If your joints are stiff and sore, please start in a chair. Remember, motion is lotion. Even seated movements begin that process of lubricating the joints. Sit tall and do gentle leg extensions. Circle your ankles. Raise your arms overhead. The goal is not to push through pain, ever. The goal is to explore your pain-free range of motion. Start small. The consistency of small movements is far more powerful than the intensity of infrequent, painful ones. If you are feeling deeply fatigued, I understand. The idea of moving can feel like climbing a mountain. So don't. Just take one single step. The paradox of energy is that you must spend a little to create a lot. I challenge you. The next time you feel that wave of exhaustion, stand up and walk to your front door and back. Just that. It might only take 30 seconds, but in that time, you are sending that crucial signal to your mitochondria. We need more power. A 5-minute walk will give you more sustained energy than another 5 minutes of rest. Try it. And if it's a matter of time, let go of the all or nothing mindset. This is not about finding a solid 60-minute block in your day. It's about sprinkling these 5-minute movement snacks throughout your entire day. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. It adds up. It's more effective for your metabolism and your joints to move for 5 minutes every hour than it is to sit for 8 hours and then go to the gym for 40 minutes. You have time for this. We all do. What we've talked about today goes far beyond just physical fitness. It's a philosophy. It's about shifting from being a passive recipient of healthcare to being the active creator of your own health. It's about empowerment. It's about remembering that your body is not your enemy. It is your oldest and most faithful friend. It is constantly striving to heal, and it responds beautifully when we give it what it needs. The most powerful longevity pill on the market is not a pill at all. It is the decision, made in countless small moments throughout the day, to move with intention, to stand tall, to take the stairs, to walk with purpose, to dance in your kitchen. This is the path to active independence. This is the secret to not just a longer life, but a more vibrant, joyful, and fulfilling one. You have this power within you. It's there, waiting. It doesn't cost a thing. All it asks for is your attention and your intention. Start today. Start now. Stand up, take a deep breath, and take one purposeful step. I would love to build a community of support right here. So my question for you today is, what is one purposeful movement you will try to add to your day this week? It can be as simple as you like. Share it in the comments below. Reading each other's ideas is a wonderful way to stay inspired and accountable. If this message resonated with you and you're ready to take charge of your health and thrive in these golden years, please subscribe to our channel, How to Be Healthy. Together, we'll build a community of active, independent, and vibrant individuals. Click that subscribe button and let's continue this journey together. Thank you for your time. Be well and be purposeful.